I was on the board and when I first started with the council. I moved back from Kansas in 1980, and I joined the state council then. It took me almost a year to figure out that there was a chapter and the council.
Oh,
Because I kept seeing two different presidents. I'm going, what? What's going on?
yeah, there are, we figured them out,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. And I tried to start the one in
Mid-Hudson.
Mid-Hudson, but nobody wanted to run it.
It was having a lot of problems. I remember when I was president, they were having difficulties keeping officers, and finally, I think a year or two later, they just stopped and we absorbed
Yeah.
everything either into Albany or Westchester.
Yeah,
When the council started, was there a dues at that point, or was it all just voluntary?
it was all voluntary. We paid all our own expenses.
And do you remember when we started having dues? Was it during your presidency?
Well, my presidency was in '98.
So we had dues then.
Yeah,
Okay. Trying to think of what else. Let me see what else. I got my notes. Every year we have resolutions at the assembly.
what?
Resolutions,
Yeah,
problems or issues that we think we have and we think the council needs a position on. Do you remember some of the earlier ones that they had that stood out in your mind? Anything specific or?
no, not really. I was too occupied otherwise to be actively with the council. I kept in touch, but I was as I said.
Okay. How about public policy or advocacy? You know, we've always been an advocate for the pharmacists
Yeah.
in the state. What were some of the early wins or losses? I know when I first moved back east from Kansas, mandatory CE was not in New York. We had to actually win that from the state legislature.
What was that?
CE, continuing ed.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was that we had CE, but it was not mandatory. We didn't have to have.
Right.
I think it was like 1983 or 84 that we actually started having it mandatory.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that I wasn't too enthused about being told I have to.
Educate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I accepted it and I kept my CEs up.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I still remember the year that the schools were talking about making Form D the basic graduate position in pharmacy school. And a lot of the PharmDs who had actually worked as a postgraduate degree were adamant that they felt that that was not going to be the case, that's a terrible idea.
Oh,
And it was a very interesting house, to say the least.
well, I'm sure it was.
Yeah.
I'm sure you would have if you had Bill. Oh, what was his name? We used to call him the senator. He
Was he a president?
oh yeah, Bill was president.
Let's see. William Hodling?
O'Taylor.
O'Taylor.
Yeah, he was the director in the hospital in Schenectady. But he was very adamant about things.
Mm. I remember when we had our 50th, I remember talking with almost all of the presidents, except I think one or two. And it was very interesting. You know, everybody had their different challenges that they had to deal with.
Mm.
I think, I don't have it with me, but I remember yours was, I think, membership, which was a lot of people's challenges,
Yeah.
keeping members.
I don't remember.
Yeah, that's all right. So, any memories of the council that stood out for you that, you know, you remember that give you a warm, fuzzy feeling?
Pardon?
A warm, fuzzy feeling, happy feelings.
Well,
There was a lot of camaraderie, I find.
yeah. There was always a fair amount of camaraderie. I think we had a lot of it in our meetings. We were pretty camaraderie.
Mm-hmm.
There was very little people really getting upset and making disgusting remarks.
Mm. And again, I think at the time everybody had the same goal, was to make the council something that was lasting and meaningful to the pharmacist base.
Mm. I know I gave somebody what do you call valid?
Valedictorian?
No. Valance. Something you carry.
Oh,
Pardon?
a lance?
Yeah. Full of stuff. I have no idea who I gave it to,
Mm.
and I don't.
All right. Okay.
But and it had a lot of information. So
I think I'm picking your brain too hard.
mm,
I'm picking your brain too hard.